CBS Atlanta News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
We've all seen them, those Groupon deals that offer regular services at discounted prices. But if you own a small business, is Groupon a good thing or a bad thing? That depends on who you ask. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Adam Murphy, consumer investigative reporter at CBS Atlanta News. Joining me on the program this morning is workplace attorney Sonia Madison, and welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Adam.
And you're a regular here on the program. We appreciate you coming back. Now, for those that are watching you for the first time, tell them a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in practice and what you do.
Well, I'm a labor and employment attorney. I've been in practice for about 5 years, and I work with Counsel on Call. And what we do is we contract with employers, and we help them manage their employees as well as set their employee relations and give them workplace policies and just keep their structure and their management of employees intact.
Okay, so let's talk about Groupon. We've all heard of it. I mean, there are a lot of deals. People love it. They tend to go there and look for things that might be attractive to them that would save them a buck or two, right?
Right.
What's your take on Groupon and how it relates to small businesses in the workplace?
Well, Groupon can be a very valuable tool if you know how to use it. You can't think of it as this Hail Mary marketing tool because you're going to have an influx of customers. If you're not ready for it, then you're going to have a lot more expenses than you're going to have profit. Also, don't look at it as a way to get a lot of profit. You really do need to see it as a marketing expense. And hopefully, if you get a lot of influx of customers, then you can give them a product and service that will make them want to come back. And not only come back, but pay full price because with Groupon, you are paying it at a discount.
Sonia, do you think Groupon is a good thing or a bad thing in your opinion?
I think if you're ready for it, it could be a really good thing because it does give you a lot of customers that you may not have had before. However, if you're not ready for that, then having thousands of customers come into your store and you're not prepared, you're going to look bad in terms of service, your product isn't going to be as best as you would like, and you're going to have a huge loss.
Now, I've actually done some consumer investigations on this, and in one case, there was a consumer who thought she was getting a deal because she saw the deal on Groupon. She went to the business and they said, we're not accepting that deal anymore. So what does the business need to know if the Groupon deal ends? Do you have to contact Groupon and say it's over with? And, you know, is there some sort of notification they have to provide?
Well, that's one thing that a lot of small businesses need to be aware of is to look at your contract. A lot of times before you get started, you want to look to see if there's a standard agreement. You want to negotiate that, and part of the negotiation process is determining how long you're going to have the discount, determining what the discount is going to be, and even determining how the discount is going to look. If you give Groupon the entire control to determine the length of the discount and the actual discount, then you're not going to be able to control whether or not the offer does or does not end. Also, Groupon doesn't offer a non-disparagement clause. So if you do tell your customer, we no longer offer this deal, well, Groupon has the list of emails for all the people that have it, and they can easily disparage you and not be in violation of the contract.
So what happens if a business decides the deal is done, the consumer has a Groupon certificate and they feel like they should get the better deal, but the business says, no, we're done with that offer. Does the business have to honor the consumer's deal that they present to them?
Going back to that contract, if in fact Groupon has control over the length of the offer and the customer tells the company, well, this says it's valid according to Groupon, well, then the company does need to honor it. And if it doesn't, Groupon could possibly go after them for breach of contract.
Wow. And does this benefit, in your opinion, the business or the consumer more than the other?
Well, probably, again, if they're prepared, it could really benefit the business. If they are ready to handle those costs, if they have negotiated the contract and it works to their advantage, then it could definitely work for them. But if they aren't prepared and if they haven't reviewed the agreement, then the customer is going to probably get a lot more out of it. More likely than not, small businesses need to be prepared to know that a lot of these customers that they're going to get may not come back again. Some of them may not feel as if the full price of the product or the service that's being offered shouldn't be paid, and that the only way that they even consider it useful is through the discount through Groupon. So you're going to have a small percentage of returning customers. So in that case, the customer is better off because they get the discount and then they don't have to come back again, or they can just go to Groupon and see other services and other products that's similar to yours and get those discounts there. But if you as a small business is ready, you give them a great product, you give them great customer service, you're likely to going to have returning customers. And that's really the point for small businesses.
Sonia, let's take a look at some helpful tips here for the small business, for example, and let's discuss. You see, anticipate costs. I think you talked a little bit about that, especially if you have an influx of people coming in. Determine staff requirements. That talks about being prepared, right?
Exactly. You want to make sure you have enough employees on staff to handle the influx of customers so that you're not, again, going bad on that customer service. That's really important when you're dealing with these coupons.
Tell me what you mean here by consider off-season for Groupon.
Well, I think you should consider doing the special during those off seasons, during those low times where you're not having a lot of customers come in. That way, you're already anticipating to have a little bit more calls. You're already anticipating to be at a net loss. But at least then you can really use it as a gain of marketing expenses and hopefully get those customers to see the value in the product and service that you're offering.
And you just talked about the loss. Be ready to take a loss. That seems hard to swallow there, a pill to swallow.
And it is for a lot of small businesses, especially if they're starting out, or especially they're really during that 1 or 2 year stage where they're really trying to get more of a profit. You need to anticipate a loss with Groupon. Again, you're going to split the revenue that comes in with those discounts with Groupon, and you're already offering the product or service at a discount. And if you've already calculated the cost to do that product or service, then you know that you're not going to get the net profit.
And like you said, it's a marketing tool above all for small businesses. Now, if you would like to contact attorney Sonia Madison, she did a great job. There you go. Counsel on Call. There's the website, counseloncall.com. And the phone number 404-591-5828. Sonia, thanks so much again for being on the show. Did a great job. When we come back, we are talking to a small business owner who says Groupon helped her business stay in business. The full story after the break.